BS and B train. Let's talk about the drift.
All right, guys, welcome to another week of BS and B train, where we talk about math and we talk about uniforms. Please forgive me when the Saints don't look great. It's going to take me a minute to get through it before I start recording again. But, you know, we got to talk about this right here. First and foremost, look, I love the Color Rush uniform. I think everyone does. If you are watching this, just know I got it pulled up with Monday night's uniform. That's the Color Rush uniform with the white jerseys, the white pants, with the black and gold stripes on the shoulders and the pants, and the black outlines on the numbers with the black helmet. So all of those things I just mentioned, they go together, but this helmet just looks out of place with this uniform. I think that there's probably some stuff that they could do to make this setup look better. First off, I'm not a huge fan of the stripe thing on the top. Maybe if it didn't go into kind of a, point at the end, if it just kind of stayed consistent, or if it was not so, wide in the front either, might be okay with it. I heard someone online say it looks like Christmas wrapping paper. So kind of hard to unsee that. But yeah, it just looks really out of place. It sticks out for all the wrong reasons. We all want to see a black helmet alternate with the Saints. Just this isn't doing it. And they haven't won a single game in this combo. And I almost feel like it's ruining the Color Rush. Like I don't hate the look altogether, but like here's the difference. Like this is just weird and it's got people talking. It's not great, but whereas the regular Color Rush with the gold helmet just looks amazing, looks fantastic, to the point where I would say that should be their primary uniform. And if they want to do a black helmet, then maybe do that with the throwback uniforms, with the black jerseys and the shoulder stripes, and just get rid of that stripe thing. It's okay to bust this out maybe every once in a while. It would probably look a little better with a black jersey, but if they never wore this one again, I wouldn't lose a lot of sleep over it. So that's that right off the bat. Had to talk about that. Next thing I want to do is talk about some math like we like to do on this show. And, I've got it pulled up on the screen here, and I'll kind of go through it for anyone who's just listening and not watching. Surprisingly, even after kind of a poor performance, I thought from the Saints, going to be completely honest with you, I had to get up at 3 a.m. for work. I did not watch that game past the first quarter. That is very rare for me not to watch a full Saints game in its entirety, but I had to go to sleep. And, I woke up and, I was sad to see that Carr got hurt. I think the team and the league is better when you got all your best players out there. So we'll see what happens there, and hopefully he recovers pretty quickly. But right now, you zoom in a little bit for those watching. The Saints are actually still not bad. They're number 2 in the league in the passer rating differential, and that number keeps going down. But I'm actually a little surprised. It's all just straight up numbers, just math, but just based on the eye test over the last few weeks, I would think they'd be a lot lower. But their performance was so strong in the first 2 weeks that it's kind of covered them up to this point. And I guess that also shows that they haven't been, mathematically as terrible as one might think after dropping 3 in a row. But not surprisingly, you still got the Vikings up here at number 1, Buccaneers number 3, right behind the Saints at 24.1. And just again, for anyone who doesn't remember, a pass rating differential, that's just a simple formula. That's the team's offensive passer rating. So it's all quarterbacks, anyone who throws the ball, the team's offensive passer rating minus their defense's passer rating allowed, gives a pass rating differential. And just kind of as a testament to how much of a pass-happy league it is nowadays, that tends to be a pretty big indicator. Bills are the top AFC team here at number 4. And, you got the Texans and the Steelers, Lions and Bears. Oh, my. Caleb Williams figuring it out. But here at the bottom of the league, we got the Panthers. No one's surprised by that. Panthers have maintained steadily at the second to the bottom here. And Jaguars, Patriots, Giants. So, those are kind of your bottom 5 teams. The sample size is getting bigger, so I imagine this will continue to stabilize a little bit, barring some crazy performances. And with the Saints starting a rookie quarterback, for example, this weekend, who knows how that's going to change, right? All right, so that is enough math for today. I hope you found that entertaining. Now I want to get into our uniform rankings. So, starting at number 5, we have Arizona Cardinals. And this is 2 out of 3 weeks I've had them on there. I mentioned before, I don't like their logo. I feel like that really needs to change now in 2024. But they've been able to kind of keep it fresh enough to stay in the rankings here. But the all-white uniform is good, but just that stripe on the side really does it. Really does it. I think it looks clean. Big fan. I don't know how much they'll make the rankings this year, but they've been in there a couple times. So now let's see here. Number 4, Houston Texans. Some people might not like this one, but I thought it was something cool, something that they wanted to represent the city. Like you see here, they got H-Town written on the front of their jersey. Still got the regular classic Houston Texans logo here on the shoulder, and then just this H up top, with this design. I think it's really great to represent the city where they're playing, where they come from. Wouldn't say I'm necessarily a huge fan, but I did like to see it, and I like to see teams try out something a little different. So props to them for that. Number 3. Yep. You knew I had to do this. Anytime someone throws a throwback uniform out there, it's going to come up. It's going to come up here. I'm still finally at that point now where I don't, I for a long time I viewed the teams like the Texans and the Jaguars and the Panthers as very new franchises. So the thought of a throwback for them was kind of weird considering they're not really that old. But yeah, you go back to the original 1995 uniform. They've played around with some stuff over the past decade or so, the Jaguars, but why mess with this? You got a really unique color scheme here with the teal and the original logo and everything. I think it just looks sharp, and entertaining, fun to watch. All right, number 2. And it breaks my heart to do it again, but I can't help it, man. They did it 2 weeks in a row. They deserve to be on the list. It's just a good, clean, simple, sharp-looking uniform. Everything I needed to say about this I said last week, so every time they bust this out, it's probably going to make my rankings, as much as I hate to admit it. And then number 1 should not be a surprise to anybody. They're going to keep making the list this year, but man, this was popular. This looked good. And they won doing it. You look good, you play good. Perfect example of it right here. I think when I look at these uniforms, I think of Craig Morton. Maybe some people think of early John Elway. But yeah, this looks great. Just the orange color just pops with the bright blue helmet there. Just unique. When you see these colors, you just instantly think the Denver Broncos. Really sharp. And I feel like they've been hesitant to wear throwbacks a lot over the recent memory because they changed their uniforms back in 97 or whatever. And the second they changed them, they won 2 Super Bowls in a row. And then they won another one with Peyton Manning in 2015 with that uniform as well. So you got 3 Super Bowls in one uniform setup. So I can see why team, they would be hesitant to even go back to something like this. But this looked great. Everybody loved it. They need to do this a lot more. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Hopefully everybody in Florida is doing okay, and we can get a episode out earlier next week, especially if the Saints win. Maybe I'll be feeling a little better and can get that out earlier. But all right, thanks for watching, guys. Who dat?
Remember to follow us on social media at BS Beer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.